Any man can give love where he sure is returned. That isn't love at all. But to give love with no thought of merit, no thought of return, no thought of gratitude even, that's ordinarily the privilege of God. And now it's your privilege.
See, the miserable element of surprise when the wolves are at your door always starts when your hands are tied, when you got nothing left to give, when you got nothing left in the tank, when you have nothing left but an empty tank. It always starts with this. And it gets worse over time. You see, I'm used to having the wolves at my door. I'm used to having that miserable element of surprise. I'm used to having the misery. I'm used to every bit of misery, every bit of sorrow. And by the end of the day, it never changes. See, here's the thing. I'm tired of having my hands tied behind my back. I'm tired of having my life on a thread. I'm tired of living life with only the smallest bit of tools that you can only work with for so long. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of having my hands tied and having life bet on it. See, the last 2 years have shown me nothing more but unbearable, boring misery. I could speak to my friends, could speak to my family. I had to do nothing but try to start a new life that I wasn't sure if I wanted, a life that I had to pick or choose. Life isn't always about picking or choosing. You don't get to pick and choose your fate. I did. And it's the best damn fate I ever had. But this fate here, whatever this isn't life at its finest moment. This isn't life to the fullest. This isn't living life to the fullest extent. I had to live my life in shackles. I didn't have a single friend, didn't have mom, didn't have anybody to talk to but me. And I wasn't even allowed to talk about these feelings, and I'm still not allowed to talk about these feelings. I'm still in the midst of things. As my hands are tied behind my back, I'm here speaking about the problems that I didn't even get to talk about. I couldn't even speak of these problems on my own. I could speak to anybody about it because everybody's holding this little grain of salt above my head, trusting me with this little bit of trust when I only wanted just the trust that I'm used to, the trust that I've had for the first 2 seasons. This is what I wanted. Everybody knew what was wrong. Everybody knew what was right and what was wrong about this entire situation from the get-go. And everybody had to leave the situation. The only reason why I left my friends, the only reason why I kept going over and over and over again with myself is because I felt bad for him. Is because I felt the misery, the sympathy. It's all there. Okay, and now I'm trying to look at the other side of the table where he or she barely has anybody to talk to and just barely has a life of his own, can barely hold his life straight. Yeah, you can see where my problems are. You can see where my sympathy is. You can see the reason why I kept going back over and over and over again, destroying my ego, destroying myself. You can see where I felt I was right. There There didn't have to be this line in the sand. I pretended that this line in the sand, I pretended that this was imaginary. I pretend that this wasn't there. Now, if the line wasn't there to begin with, just imagine if that line was never there. If he or she didn't have to cross that line over and over and over again and hold grudges to the beginning of the end. And what if he or she didn't hold grudges at all? I bet we probably would have never had a problem. I bet I would have never been mad at Becca. I bet I probably would have never gave up BME. I promise you, I probably would have never got rid of BME. I made mistakes. I gave up the most precious wolf pack that I had in my life. I gave that up for him. I gave up my season 3, my channel, most of my season 3 for him. I gave up everything for love. Little did I know over time that things would tend to escalate. Things would tend to get worse. Somehow, some way, all these grudges and all these problems, everything about this relationship had to become a virus. Everything about this had to become a virus. It was like the COVID-19 all over again. I felt, not that I had COVID before, but it literally felt that I had COVID for a year. A year. And I probably would have died. My love didn't have to feel infectious. My love didn't have to feel like it wasn't needed. And it's not like I didn't mean well in any of this. It's not like I didn't mean well. You guys know that I have like a heart of fucking gold. Outside of the channel, I have a heart of fucking gold. I am the nicest person you'll ever see on Delaware Avenue. My life and my love did not have to be sacrificed for a relationship. My friends and my family do not ever have to be sacrificed for a relationship. Especially if they know what's right and they know what's wrong. Especially when they know that something's not right in my head. They know I'm not happy. They've known me longer than I've known him or her. They know when I'm not happy. That's what a friend is. They're supposed to tell you that you don't look right. You don't look happy. You don't look the same way as you used to. You know, believe me, when I grew this, I looked ragged. And it's sad to me that my life had to become this miserable element of surprise. Isolation. Me, in this entire house, by myself, doing nothing but being trapped with the thoughts that I had inside my head. The year of misery. The year where everything I had to keep trapped in my head because I couldn't talk to anybody about the situation. Because he or she knows where he's right or wrong. He doesn't want to admit where he's right and where he's wrong. For the first time in my life, okay? For the first time in my life, and you can hear this from me first. For the first time in my life, I took responsibility for the things that I was responsible for, and the things that I'm responsible for, I'm still paying my dues. I've been paying my dues since at least April of 2021. I'm not out of this yet, and I've explained to myself over and over again how much that this channel means to me. People know how much that this channel means to me, how much I need to get my life together. People know that I'm struggling. I didn't have a life. Everybody that I bitch about in this channel right here, right now, everybody is having the time of their lives. I didn't get that moment. And apparently I didn't deserve that moment. I didn't deserve any of it. To a lot of people, I didn't deserve a life because nobody wanted to work with someone like me. Nobody wanted to hang out with somebody like me. To a lot of people, I didn't deserve fame. I didn't deserve to be noticed. I didn't deserve to be a werewolf for that fact. My history in Palmerton grows thick. It grows thick inside of me. And it bugs me every single day. And I never wanted to live my life like that. If people were actual adults when they actually got out of high school, or at least when they were a senior year of high school, hell, even if they were a junior in high school, if they actually didn't hold that grudge above my head, even before the pandemic, if they didn't hold that grudge above my head for the whole time since I graduated high school, if they didn't hold that grudge above my head, we would have never been in this situation. And they know this, and I know that they do. And if they're not, and if they don't realize it, then there's something wrong with you. Because we wouldn't be here if we wouldn't. Man, Monster Miscreation would have never started the way it started. Okay? Like, this is where we're at right now. This is the end. This is the next chapter in the road. If people didn't hold that grudge, I would have had a life of my own. And see if there was more trust. If there was more trust in this relationship, if there was more trust in it, I probably would have worded this the way I did. My life may not be perfect. My life may not be the greatest thing on earth. My life may be the shittiest thing that you've ever seen in your whole entire life. My life may not be as good compared to yours, Pomeranian. My life may not be as perfect as yours. But you damn well fucked me, and I know you did. And that's your miserable element of surprise when the wolves are at your door. You damn well fucked me. You damn well know that you messed up someone else's life. And you damn well know that you're haunting that for the rest of your life. Because there is somebody willing to stand up for what they been bullied for, been shoved for, pushed around for. There is at least somebody that has a voice. Since high school, I never had a voice. And then there's just this relationship that doesn't even have a voice at all. And it's sad that people just don't get to speak their minds sometimes. Everybody gets to be trapped inside their heads and trapped in with their own mental insanity, their own mental breakdowns, and they can't even speak. I've been messed up. I messed up. I admit it. I screwed up. I admit I screwed my life up. Since season 3, I fucked my life up. Since 2021, I managed to screw up my life in 1 year. And there's no turning back now. There's nowhere to go but down. There's nowhere to go but to push forward. And even if I still have to fight fire with fire this season, even if I do have to still fight the good fight, still have to fight for what I believe in, fight for what my life is about, if I still have to fight for my life, then so be it. If I have to fight for what I believe in, and if I have to fight for what I believe is my opinion, if I have to fight fire with fire to get what I want and get what I deserve and get what I am here for, then everything will be right in the world, right? Instead of the wolves being at my door, I will be leading the pack that's behind that door. Because I am MDDEVIL, I am Mike Dyson, I am the Alpha Wolf, and I have been screwing myself, screwing my mind, screwing everything that I believed in. I literally just chucked it all in the trash, so I have to stand here and tell myself that I am who I am and who I think I am. I am not going to sit here and be controlled, be mentally abused by the recreational bullshit that I have to go through every single day of my life. I don't want to go through this anymore. My sympathy is still there. My heart is still there. My heart for my pain, okay? This goes for all relationships. That pain in my heart is still there. That sympathy is still there. And that cold heart is trying to grow, but it won't grow. Because I'm here lying to myself that everything will be okay. I'm sitting here lying in my own misery and getting nowhere. I'm sitting here lying in my own misery, lying to myself, being trapped in all my thoughts, no one to talk to, so here we go. You see, the miserable element of surprise always starts when the wolves are at your door. And the wolves have been at my door, howling for me to come back. I want what I want, and I'm gonna get what I want. Through fire and fire, I'm going to get what I deserve is right. No matter what the implication may be, I will still fight for my life, because you can't control somebody else's life. You can't control somebody who you just can't control somebody's life, their friends, their family, and you never take them away from your family. You never keep him brainwashed, controlled, and under your own mindset. You will not control me under shackles. Now that some things are out in the open, we can move on. Take this video for what you will, but it's all about the fire through fire. Fight fire with fire. That's what it's all about right now, is the fighting fire with fire. I said that 3 sides to the story. I'm going to fight fire with fire. I'm going to get my wolf pack back. And it may not be the same wolf pack, but I'm going to make sure that when I do come back with a wolf pack, I guarantee you, it's going to be much more cynical than what you thought BME was. Much more cynical. And when I do get my life back, and when I do get to live my life the way it's supposed to be, you're going to see a totally hungry new side of me that I wish I had last year, because this is the beginning of a new era, of a new beginning. And I hope season 5 happens with a new mindset, with a new beginning, with a new era. Because at season 5, I was going to say goodbye. Because I literally thought Man, Monster, Miscreation couldn't last longer than what it could. Season 5, I better not say goodbye. 2023, I better not say goodbye. I will not say goodbye, and you better not let me say goodbye. Because I won't let my surroundings be controlled in shackles and in a mindset that is so damn toxic that you don't even realize it. You can bet on that. Cheers to the new beginnings, to season 4. Let's fight fire with fire. MDDEVIL, Dysfunct out. I'll see you guys soon.